guys?
Day 2 of TCG Con x PPG.
Yep.
We are having a great time here. We're hopping into the top 16 like we promised. We're
Right.
going to get that done in store for you guys. We actually have the rest of the 3v3 tournament that is going on today, too. So it's going to be very exciting.
So let's give you guys a quick rundown of the top 16. We have 5 Brave Phantom Knight decks, the deck that everyone is expecting to be the deck to beat. Not much surprise here, right? I think everyone understands that the PK cards are very powerful. And then in the next breakdown is we have 2 Alistair, like 2 Invoked DPE Dogmatica decks, and then 1 Invoked Despia deck. So 3 Alistair in total. We then have 2 Virtual Worlds in top cut. One of them is piloted by Noah Bagelman, very
decorated player.
Very decorated player who is playing a Spice. So that's pretty cool. We'll talk about that as we get there. We also then have 2 Eldritch players. One of them is maining Triple Skill Gen, while the other one is playing more of a Fusion Destiny Eldritch / Brave engine, while the other one is playing more of a pure, a pure Dogmatica, Eldritch deck. So very stark differences between the two. You also have 2 Tenyi Sorso that made it to top 16. They're both playing the Fiber package. Very similar list to what I've actually posted on my channel, so that's cool to see.
No, go watch it, though.
And then we have 1 Madolche, which is the one-off deck that we saw yesterday featured in round 8, which is really neat.
Very good player.
And he's playing cards like Fairy Tale Snow in his Madolche deck, which is sick. And we have 1 Tri-Brigade DP deck. So that's basically the top 16 breakdown for you guys who missed it. But now we're going to be heading into our first top 16 feature match, which is going to be Gabe Molina and then Jason Leonard.
So you guys seen these guys on stream before. You guys have seen their decks work around. They are in the top 16. We did miss their game 1, but we are going to be hopping swiftly into their game 2.
Right.
Important thing to note, too, is it wasn't as much of a struggle for people to get the Brave stuff as I thought it would be. All those PK decks that we talked about, PK on its own before Brave tokens were pretty good. But every single one of those PK lists, everybody was able to pick up what they needed. I
always talk about when it comes to the metagame, like, people will always find what they need, so that's never, like, an issue.
Yeah. All right, so I think we're going to be hopping swiftly into game 2 of the top 16 match between these 2 lovely players here. Who ended up taking game 1, do you know?
Gabe took game 1.
Gabe took game 1? Okay, so we're moving into game 2. All right, Did Kamal did make it into top 16. We do not have the results from top 16 yet, so we'll find out if he made it into top 8. Who did Kamal have to play against?
Kamal is currently playing against the Invoked Despia player, CJ, Chris James, I believe.
I'll get the life points here.
All right, guys. So they're heading to game 2, game 1 already. So that should be pretty sick.
That's not it.
It was an app.
It is the one. Okay. Cool.
Yep. We'll be posting the deck list after the event.
Hold on.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. So Jason's starting off his turn. Terraforming into the Meltdown. Into Ally the Star, and then Alistair got Ash.
This is where we were talking yesterday about ashing either Meltdown or ashing Alistair.
Yeah. Let's see if Jason hard drew
the punish again. Yeah.
Yep.
Prospect could get him there.
Prospect, so he's thinning out his deck. He started off with normal Alistair instead of terraforming to play around a Joel potentially, but that also prompted immediate Ash on the Alistair. So we're gonna see here if Jason can pick up an extender here.
Banishing 6, no fear of Ash Blossom. It's already been activated this turn, so we're gonna be able to dig and see what we can grab. The Invocation would be pretty hot here. Be able to wrap up the turn.
Yep. Resolve to see the top 6 cards. We have Wild Nadir,
the card
Imperm,
2, yeah.
Maximus, Celestial, Dasher, right next to each other, and Nibiru.
I mean, not a bad grip, though. You got the Servant, which is...
I mean, Servant is a very powerful card to hit here.
Insane,
I think it's actually absurd. Ooh.
I think he should take the Dasher.
Yep. Yeah, that's the right card here for sure. I'm joking, guys. Let's see what we're going to be grabbing. It's most likely a Nadir. If he's hesitant on the Nadir, it means he probably has a Dogmatica monster already. That's the only reason to grab maybe a hand trap like Nibiru or Impermanence. But it seems in this instance he's going to be starting off with Nadir here. All right. See, I told you that's why Jason was a little more hesitant. I figured like there's just some of the reads you can make just off the way people think, right? Like you would think that Nadir would be an instant pick, but because it wasn't an instant pick, you can read some of the cards in his hand off that knowledge alone. And I think that is really nice here. So we're gonna see that Jason picked up the Nadir. He's gonna be able to then go into a Anaconda.
Doesn't have to use the Ecclesia effect since he already picked up Deer.
Yep.
Looks like he's got an Ash Blossom in his hand too for Gabe's turn here. Nice
All
little
right.
setup going on here.
So Jason resolves, paying 2,000 life points, sending Fusion Destiny, and DP is going to be coming out. All right. The Nadir then gets dropped down.
He is going to close it with Deer. Yeah, probably going to pick up a Maximus.
I think he's going to send App Cologne and then just search. I think you just send App Cologne and you just search like a. Yeah, either a Flare or like something.
Well, Flare's not really doing anything right now, right?
Yeah. Maybe search another Ecclesia, probably makes sense. Maximus can make sense too, but you can't summon it. So
yeah. It's
probably an Ecclesia. Yeah. And then triggers that App Clone. So it ends on both a Winda lock plus the DP. Nadir by itself, one card. Winda, absolutely insane.
Who won game one? Gabe did take game one, I think.
Gabe took game one. Jason's currently starting the play on game two, so. Pitches the Ecclesia, grabs the Schism. All right, let's see it. Sets one, most likely a Schism, passes turn. Jason also has an Alistair known in his hand, and one unknown. So Alistair, one unknown, most likely the Schism set, DP on the board. Let's see how he plays the rest of his hand out. Gabe had to navigate through a window lock plus a, destruction from the DP.
Yeah, you have to fix the. I got it. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Like this better
fine.
for you. All right,
okay, starts off with the equip. Oh, actually, he hard to open Journey. The greatest card to open necessarily, especially since we know that. Oh, he's gonna pop it on the effective search. Wow. Okay, so that actually baited out. That actually baited out the DP. Don't know if that was good there,
though,
especially since I don't think Jason knows that Gabe doesn't have Draco back in his deck, so the Journey by itself doesn't actually force much cards. Gabe tries to navigate through a window, so this is no easy task. Card unknown in Jason's hand, most likely a hand trap. Okay. Gabe is going to set one. Maybe potentially a Fog Blade. Yep. How do you want to stop 60 match against Madolce? At end phase, DP dies. DP triggers itself to bring itself back in the next standby phase.
Cosmic Cyclone
and then
on the Schism.
at end phase, he's also going to Cosmic the Schism. Okay, so Gabe didn't open that well.
Destroy Phoenix and Force comes back on an empty board.
Yep.
Jason's got initiative here with an Alistair. If there's no answer to it, it's going to be a rough uphill battle for Gabe here. Nope, no
Alistair
response
resolves. All right, Invocation is dropped.
What game is this? They are in game 2 right now.
Currently game 2. Gabley's up by a game here. Banishing the Ecclesiars from the graveyard. Macabre comes down. Let's see. Invocation. Alistair goes back to the hand. This is currently 5,000 points of damage on the board. Can Jason find a way to OTK from this position? Maybe through a Dogmatica in his hand, if he has one.
He ended up pitching the Ecclesia last turn, so it doesn't look like he has it. So he is going to sink in 25. No damage step Alistair here. Going to keep it in hand. So I'm going to take off 5K. Puts Gabe down to 3,000 life points. Gabe gets another draw. Let's see if he can get something rolling here.
The Wings gets destroyed here. Gabe seems to not mind. Seems he might have actually wanted it in the graveyard, so might not be the worst. The normal summon Aquamancer. Okay.
Gotta read it. Make sure.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have an effect. Oh, actually, a normal summon from this actually means. What's up? Hmm?
Oh, thank you.
Yep. So right now, I think the important thing is, Gabe Cosmic is actually at 2.
Gabe did Cosmic, yes, that's correct.
The other important thing is the normal summon Aquamancer, I think should have immediately been, it couldn't immediately be answered, but it did telegraph that Gabe most likely had a level 3 extender in his hand. Most of the level 3 extenders require a 3 on the board already, so.
Problem is, though, is that you hit the vanilla that he just summoned.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the thing is, the Journey of Destiny is in the graveyard, so, like, Aquamancer by itself just puts a token on the board. It doesn't do anything. True-Enemy's effect to be able to send for cost is really, really nice here. Gabe is contemplating whether to go for Break Sword or to go for something else.
That is a Break Sword coming down?
Break Sword comes down here with no PK in the graveyard. It's actually not as good.
Yeah, and keep in mind Macabre is still perfectly live here.
Yeah, we can try to fix the glare after, but I think it's fine right now. Most cards are pretty obvious. I mean, like, I don't think there's anything on the screen that can't be told.
If you listen to us too, we'll be able to most likely make it out.
Yeah.
All right, there's the Brace Sword. No PKs in graveyard. Like
no PK in the graveyard to
trigger
the PK. Aquamancer then activates.
Got to read Aquamancer.
To search the Rites of Ermasia from the deck or the graveyard to the hand.
All right. Oh, Ash Blossom. Yep. With the Macabre still alive, that last card in hand might as well be dead for Gabe. Vanish Wings.
Was there? Oh, coming back the Break Sword. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Kind of tough. Neat.
Okay. Gabe passes here. Seems like Jesus is on the go, and it's looking like a game 3 here.
With Destroy Phoenix coming back, it's just got to pretty much pop, poke, it's over. Just formality at this point. Let's run the Alistair.
All right. Alistair comes down, and Gabe scoops it up. Guys, we have a game 3 on our hands. Let's do it.
From what we heard from the players, too, game 1 was pretty quick.
Yep.
All right, RMC stands for Rocky Mountain Collectibles. Gabe Molina is Rocky Mountain Collectibles finest there. You might know some other players like Tommy Rowe, part of RMC, I believe.
Tommy Rowe and Chris LeBlanc,
Yep, Chris LeBlanc. Bro, Chris is OG for me, man. I'm surprised he came back to the game. It's been a long time since I've seen him play. I mean, he's been tearing it up. He's been playing those Trons. Keep in mind, as you guys shuffle up for the game 3 here that we are about to see for the top 16 match, we are about to have another TCG con here, and we're going to have another 2K guaranteed tournament with it in Kentucky. If you guys want to check that out, that will be the first weekend of April 2nd. Again, $2,000 cash guaranteed. It's the same kind of convention now. This convention is actually pretty sick. Did you get the chance to walk around it yet, Pac?
I did. A lot of people selling some super, like, nice stuff, man. Like,
oh, yeah, man. There's some nice collectibles here. I saw there's this one booth that Brick has. It has magical hats. You know the magical hats?
Yeah.
It has wearable magical hats.
No way. That's
the
sick.
guy, I was like, how much for one? He said 300. I said,
oh, jeez. I remember there was that one booth you were telling me about too. CP Bottomless, CP Saku, CP Metas,
CP Metas,
all English, CP Moth. It was like, jeez.
And on top of that, man, there's a lot of Magic the Gathering and Pokemon collectibles too. If you want to see power, if you want to see reserve lists, this is the place to find it. Definitely, this is a really cool convention to be at if you're a collectible fan of any sort. Yeah,
the top 16 breakdown, I'll repeat it again for people who are joining the stream later or late. So we have 5 Brave PKs. We have 2 Alistair Invoked, 1 Despia Invoked, so a total of 3 Invoked or Alistairs in people's main decks in a total. We have 2 Virtual Worlds. Nothing like fancy there, just pure Virtual World, pretty standard. I think Noah Bailman is piloting a different, unique take on the deck for sure, so we'll talk about that in a bit if he gets a feature. We also have 2 Tenyi Fiber Sword Soul. This very similar deck list to whatever I actually posted on my channel, so that's pretty neat to see. We also have 1 Dolce player and then 1 lone Tri player, and then the last 2 slots that makes up the top 16 is 2 Eldritch players that are playing 2 completely different styles. One is playing a more heavy 30+ trap deck, and then the other version is playing a DPE Brave Eldritch version, which is also really cool. Very minimal Eldritch package, couple Ellands, just focusing on mainly the Hulk, the Quonk, the Sanguines, and not much more traps than that. While the other one is super heavy, I'm talking triple skill drain, triple like floods. It was insane.
Is the Tri player deadly? No, it is not deadly.
No, it is not.
All right, we are hopping into Game 3 here. Let's see who
Game
decides
3.
First. Probably Gabe.
Molina's on the go, so let's see how he plays it out. Yep. No problem, Lund. Thank you.
A special summon of Psychic Tracker.
Yep.
And
so we got
with Cloak on the far end there, I think.
Yes, correct. That's Cloak on the board. Sorry for the glare, guys. Wow.
Wielder.
We got Wheeler and Tracker, brothers, landing the field at the same time. All right. Cherubini comes down here.
Wow, yeah, this glare is nasty, man.
That glare is nasty. It's gonna be quite hard to fix that, guys, because the lighting, unfortunately, is like straight down into the cards. But that is a Cherubini. If you guys are not familiar with what that card does. But Aquamancer. Now it's going to be activated.
Yeah, we'll try to get the glare fixed after round 1.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get a challenge bracket set up so you guys can see everybody in the top 16.
Yeah.
If you want, there was somebody did share a link of the Best Coast pairing event. That does have the top 16 players in it too, if you want to get a look at that. Looks like we got the Right of Armades there coming out. And what is it? Right of
Right of
I say Armades because that's like the best.
I'm not even sure.
That's the best level 5 synchro. Let's go.
Okay, so we have Rider of Rangers getting dropped. Journey of Destiny is placed from the deck onto the board, and then a token is placed. Yeah, Christopher Lofton, a.k.a. CJ, a.k.a. Chris James, is in top 16. Unfortunately, yeah, people would consider this definitely not the best sequence. Keeping Cloak on the board to make a Rusty as well as hard playing to Nib here could hurt. But the Journey of Destiny is then activated to search the Griffin Rider. And then on resolution of the effect, it will be pitching a card from the hand to the graveyard. A Tornado gets pitched here. Wow. So that kind of makes sense why he did this, but now the issue is he needs to get another dark on the board to either make the Rusty, which is gonna be quite weird.
What attribute is Psychic Tracker?
Psychic Trackers are Earth, yeah, and the issue is like that's why like a lot of people when they get to Cherubini, it's always very good to start Tribony with those like level 3 Earth monsters, because the Dark Extenders are very important in these type of decks. Mainly because like there are cards that help you extend into Bardiche. Torn Scales then is activated to pitch a Fogblade from the hand to pitch.
I think that's Ragged Gloves there.
Ragged Gloves, yep. Okay. Special summon Boots, and my goodness, that would be the biggest, the fattest Nib Imperium
Yeah, I was gonna
ever.
say, could you imagine we saw another Nib Gamma like we did yesterday?
Yep.
Sheesh, good night.
Gabe playing through his hand right now, trying to figure out how the best way to play this out. Awesome. Great. Thank you. Yep. So updates from It's Toxin in the chat. Charlie beat Luis, Sorso against the Psy Reflective Virtual World, and then we have Terry who beat Quinton with the Brave PK against Tri DP deck. So
getting locked up with Dagda here.
Yep. Makes it Dagda here. Activates effects of what was set? Was that a Fogblade set?
It's a Fogblade set, yes.
What was that set off of?
I don't even know, bro.
One second.
Did he set Fogblade off Dagda? Lol. Omega Roll, yeah, okay, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he accidentally set the Fogblade instead of the Dagda. I mean, instead of the Scythe. Don't worry, guys. Nothing escaped my eyes. I catch it all, baby. I catch it all. We were just joking around, saying like, "Wait, that's not a Bardiche. Yeah. That's not a Bardiche." You know, the players are just laughing it off, guys. I don't think there's any malicious intent. So look, you know, people will make mistakes. It's pretty easy catch up, you know. Anyways, we're gonna proceed with the rest of the duel. All right, Gabe, quick checking his grave right now, full of PK cards. You have Ragged Gloves here. I think Ragged Gloves is one of my favorite PK monsters because it reminds me so much of Squamata. Being able to dump any PK card to the graveyard is insane.
You could even dump the traps and then use the traps to reborn. Broken.
Yep.
Getting some reborns in here with the Fog Blades. Probably gonna make a Verde Anaconda here shortly.
All right. Fogblade effects will now bring back Cloak. St. Greaves triggers in the hand to summon itself. Another, okay. We then have Verde Anaconda being made here.
What did he do with the break sword? He popped one of the dudes on his board?
Yeah, 1 second. Was Cloak summoned off of Fog? It should be banished.
Nothing leaves Pack's eyes, bro. Nothing leaves his eyes. Just checking in, making sure everything's A-okay. Some people call Pack nosy, but it's okay. He's just doing his job.
Yeah.
Making sure the game stays clean.
Just doing my job, boys. All right, so far so good. Things are looking good. We have a lot of time, 10 minutes left into the round. Let's get it.
All right, and there's Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. I will subtract the 2.
Cool. All right, Fogblade's getting set here, and yeah.
That's a pretty fierce board, I'll say.
We have a Scythe, Fogblade. And then we have another Fogblade search off of Boots. So, yeah. Double Fog. DP is going to pop itself in the and one of the Fogblades. And he's going to draw phase, use Fogblade, bring back Breaksword to pop the Scythe. Which I don't even think he has room to summon the Scythe.
No, he doesn't.
So he's going to have to chain his own DP here. It's kind of...
That sequencing is a little strange to me, yeah. I mean,
sussy, but I think we will get there. Ja. Okay. I mean, he's going Chain Link 1, Pop, Chain Link 2, DP. Okay.
The concession. I mean, honestly, such a strange sequence
locks,
there, but it'll do it.
So, it gets there, but Keck W Omega Law, I guess.
Yeah, okay, all right. That is game 3. Gabe does take it down against Jason Leonard. They're knocking him out of the top 16. The Leonard legacy has ended. Yep, so Gabe, RMC's finest, Rocky Mountain Collectibles finest, moving on to the top 8 here.
I mean, guys, if there's one thing that we can take away from this is that this format would, I think, be perfect if Scythe was banned.
Oh, bro.
Like, I swear to God, bro. Like, someone was in the back end, and they were about to ban Scythe, and the marketing guy came in and was like, yo, how else are we going to sell the Brave cards? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, we're going to sell the Brave cards anyways.
Yeah.
Yo, just ban the Scythe, man. Like, how? Like, I mean, it's a card that's so obnoxious. Like, I think if that card was out of the format, I think the ban list was perfect.
I think it's what a lot of people were
looking
to ban the Scythe too, but it just didn't happen. I still think the list is pretty good, though. I feel like besides, we've seen a lot of Brave today, too, and I expect to see a lot of Brave later. So I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Yeah, doesn't matter how you play, as long as you floodgate your opponent.
Yeah, it's all that matters, man. I'm hoping, I'm curious to see how those Eldritch decks perform, too. We had a lot of people asking if we could play Social Eldritch. We didn't see that top tables for a bit. So we do have 2 Eldritch players in the top 16 cut.
Yo, I wonder if they made it. Because I want to see the 30 trap deck.
I want to see
the 30 trap deck is insane.
That's nasty, bro.
He's like triple. Like I think he has 9 floods in his main deck. Like triple skill drain, triple rivalry, triple Gozen.
That's it. That's all you need. Curtains.
Yo, my goodness, man.
So I mean, that was top 16. I believe that was the last group of players because we had to pull them in. So we should be hopping into top 8 very shortly. If you guys don't want to go anywhere, we'll hop into top 8 and we'll see you guys there. Okay.